Playing the Radical Latino Show.
Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands in the air for New York's very own.
Radical Latino is taking you to another level.
What's poppin', my people? Welcome back to another episode of the Radical Latino Show. It's your host, the Radical Latino. Jesus Christ, how you guys been? Oh my God. All the love and the hate that I got from the last episode, Jesus Christ. Before even starting into that, I just want to give you guys a big shout out, and I want to just give everyone, all my supporters, a big shout out. You know what I'm saying? I'm seeing that I'm growing and stuff, but besides that, how's your week been? How is everything? My week's been hectic, all over the place and all that. You know, big snowstorm is supposed to be coming and stuff. I'm back here at, Goya Bean Studios, you know what I'm saying? I'm right behind the Mexican lady that is bagging up the sazon in the little packets and all that. You know what I'm saying? I'm back in the studio and all that, but this is gonna be a very different episode. You know, very, very, very different episode. A couple of days ago, I got into a little impromptu debate with a closeted Latin white nationalist. And he's a kid. You know what I'm saying? He's a kid. And the thing is that ever since I started with my platform and coming out and talking about white supremacy, this little kid, he's 15 years old, you know what I'm saying? Little baby coon, you know what I'm saying? Little baby Latin coon. Came out and always coming at me, always coming at me, right? And I'm like, yo, what the hell? Like, I got haters already? Shit, must be doing something right. And my man, come to find out, he's Latino, you know what I'm saying? This little kid is Latino and stuff, and from Texas, you know what I mean? And I'm like, then from there I started questioning him more, because I'm like, damn, bro, a nothing Latin brother over here questioning me about white supremacy? Are you serious? Do you not know? You know what I mean? Like, are you that oblivious, or are you really associating yourself and aligning yourself with whites? You know what I mean? But he's been doing this for months now, for months and months and months and months, and he never pulled up. Every time I told him, yo, call up to the show, what's poppin'? Nothing. Never. Always kept on coming up with excuses, until a couple of days ago, me and him had a debate on live. He, it was coming, me and him were talking, and I said, yo, go on live for a second. Nah, I don't, dude, stop all that bullshit, or I'ma block you. Go on live. You know what I mean? And he went on live, and we had a debate. Before playing that debate, first of all, I'm gonna be interjecting in the debate. I'm gonna be interjecting and breaking it down little by little, so you guys can know what these people, how their tactics are. Yes, this kid is young. Yes, this kid doesn't know any better, but this is how they start. And I told them, and I warned them, listen, I'm telling you right now, being a little closeted white supremacist is very dangerous, especially for someone brown like you, all right? They're not going to accept you. You know what I'm saying? They're not going to accept you, and he didn't understand that. He didn't like that, you know what I mean? But it's actually, absolutely true. They're not going to accept you. White supremacists are not going to accept you. You know what I'm saying? Because he kept on calling himself libertarian. And listen, I'll break all that down. You know what I'm saying? So before going into the whole debate, I want to give a big shout out to all my people out there. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot that I'm doing. There's a lot that I'm putting together. You guys are gonna enjoy it and like it. Also, I've been uploading a bunch of white people fight videos. I'm telling you, y'all white supremacists are getting mad, son. You know what I'm saying? They're getting tight, B. Dead ass. And I uploaded a video of a white guy, big 6'2", 300 pound, I'm gonna say 300 or 260-pound white guy, punching an 11-year-old 5'5", maybe 5'4", 100 and what, 30, not even 120-pound black girl in the mall, like punching her straight in her face. You know what I'm saying? And people are defending this bullshit. You know what I'm saying? People are defending this bullshit. Oh, he shouldn't have touched her. She shouldn't have antagonized him. He was protecting his family. Protecting his family from an 11-year-old girl? If you guys see the video, there's a group of little girls videotaping this. There's only one person, and we don't even know what the hell happened, but according to the little girl, that white dude got, you know, didn't mind his business. You know what I'm saying? Start talking slick and all that. And, you know, she did what she had to do, but my man just punched her. But everybody was justifying that shit. So I'm like, all right. So what about Kareem Hunt? You guys are justifying that shit? You know what I'm saying? What about that football player that punched his girlfriend in the elevator? Y'all really justifying that bullshit? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So you guys are. So I kept on telling people, I'm like, so you're for assault? Is that what you're telling me? From an 11-year-old girl, you're for assault? Nah, but you gotta understand. No. Wait, hold up. We're talking about assault here, right? All right. So you're for assault? Is that what you're telling me? You know what I'm saying? And people try to justify this bullshit. A lot of white supremacists are coming at me, trying to justify this bullshit. You know what I'm saying? But that shit ain't working. You know, we gotta stay on code out here, you know? But yeah, those are my thoughts. That shit is crazy. You know what I mean? But anyway, without further ado, here goes the debate with the closeted Latin white nationalists. Again, I'm gonna be interjecting here and there, all right? And I hope you guys enjoy it.
Okay.
All right, are
There
we
we
good?
go.
Are we good now?
Sure, I think I'm good.
All right, cool. Now, for people who don't know, just want to get everybody up to speed. The reason why I even have you here is because, you know, from the start you've been, you know, telling me that everything I'm saying is not true. I'm reaching and all this other stuff. Is that correct?
When I meant by that, I mean, I thought you were over-exaggerating the situation, but I don't think everything you said was not true.
Oh, okay. So, and we're talking about just me always constantly talking about white supremacy, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Now, this is from the beginning. You've been telling me this is not true. I'm always calling out white supremacy for no reason and all this other stuff. Before anything, where are you from, bro? Where are you from? In the United States?
Okay.
Are you in the United States?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Where are you from?
San Antonio, Texas.
Okay, San Antonio, Texas. Shout out to you in San Antonio, Texas. What is your ethnicity?
Like list ethnicity, right? Okay. I mean,
Are you Latino? I'm hearing an accent, bro. Are you Latino?
I guess so. Yes, because my mom's from Colombia, and I have like Latin backgrounds in the family.
Wait, okay, wait. Hold on. You're not giving me a straight answer. Are you Latino? Yes or no? I can be saying maybe yes. Okay. Your mom is from Colombia and your dad is from where?
My dad was born here.
Born here. What is he? Is he also Latin?
Yes.
Where's he from?
Well, he was born in San Antonio, Texas.
No.
I think his grandparents were born in Mexico, I think.
Mexico. Okay, so you're Mexican and Colombian. You know? All right, but you're Mexican and Colombian, correct?
You could say that, but I think more Mexican is a nationality instead of like, you know.
Well, yeah, Latin is not a race. What I was going to go into was, after you answer that, what I was going to go into is,
What is your race? What do you identify you as a race? Are you black, native, white? What do you identify? Asian? What?
I'm not really sure about that. Like, what do you identify as?
Bro, I'm asking you. What is not that hard of a question. What do you identify when you get a piece of paper and it says ethnicity and then the bottom says race? What do you put down?
I guess white. I mean,
white. Okay, you put down white. All right.
Now, my people, I'm gonna pause right here. Another one of the tactics that a lot of closeted Latin white nationalists like to do is dissociate themselves from being white. You see how hard he was not trying to say white. He knew exactly what I meant, and he acted dumb on white. You know what I'm saying? The thing is, these people like to switch. You know what I'm saying? Jump the fence from being a victim of white supremacy and then upholding white supremacy. You know what I'm saying? They like to play the fence. And the thing is, whenever you debate one of these people, do not let them run away. Be extremely strict and clear. No. What do you identify as? You're not Latin is not a race. What do you put down? You put down white? Okay. Because right then and there, you already know who you're talking to. You're talking to a white person, an identified, honorable white person. And like I said, many times before, in America, Latin people have this privilege of jumping out of races from white and black. And this kid, he's a kid, and he already knows what he identifies as. You know what I'm saying? He already knows. So don't let that shit get confused. You know what I mean? There's a reason why I asked this. All right? Let's not get this thing confused. But he's a white man. That's the reason why I say closeted Latin white nationalist. You know what I'm saying? But he's a white kid. You know what I mean? And he identifies as white. So here we go.
Now, my question to you is, do you think that you get the same benefits as a white person? Because I'm seeing your hand right now. It's brown as shit. Do you get the same? Do you get the same benefits as a white Anglo-European person? Do you get the same benefits?
I mean, what do you mean by benefits exactly?
Benefits. Do people when you go into a job, do you also get hired because the other person didn't qualify and they hiring you because of your skin color? When you actually get a loan, you're getting the loan not because of anything else, because of your skin color. You don't get arrested in a higher rate. Do you get benefits just because you put down white? That doesn't mean that's representative of reality. Do you still get the same benefits?
I'm not entirely sure. I don't think so. Out of my experience,
okay,
no.
And from our interaction, small interaction, you're 15, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Do white people treat you different, or have they said something slick about you differently? And you don't see nothing wrong with it. Have they done that?
Out of my experiences, no.
They haven't. Okay.
Besides making jokes, and that's it.
Okay, what kind of jokes? Hello?
Okay,
yeah.
okay.
What kind of jokes?
I mean, not really anymore. I don't remember them. There were just some.
All right, let me pause right here for a second. Mind you, how I told them, do white people around you, make jokes about you, racial jokes, and he said, well, not anymore. No, not really. Well, yes, they. You know what I'm saying? He danced around the question. I'm cutting this our conversation. I'm cutting all the dead parts. Mind you, this dude was, thinking hard. You know what I'm saying? He was thinking hard. But that's the reason why you heard me say hello. I believe he was lying. I believe that there are white kids around him or in his school that do say little slick shit about him, and he laughs it off. But deep down inside, he's hurting. You know what I'm saying? He's hurting. And that's what happens to a lot of these little coons out here in our community. That they like to side with white supremacy, But when white supremacy shows their ass out and actually show them that, listen, you just another nigga to us. You know what I'm saying? You're just our mascot. And they start doing these little racial jokes or whatever. They want to be down so bad. And they know they're not them, but in their mind, they want to be them. They go along with the jokes like, ha ha ha, yeah, I am a wetback, ha ha. You know what I'm saying? But look how he dances around the question and he flips it. You know what I'm saying? Because I already caught him. Because you guys already heard. Yeah, you know, they do. You know what I'm saying? Here we go.
Not really anymore. I don't remember that. There were just some. I was trying to think of jokes. Let me think of jokes.
Like a build that wall, go back to your country type of jokes, or wetback, or like your whole family generation lives in a one-bedroom apartment.
Not really that. Not really that. Not really that. It was more, let's say. I think it was a joke about the wall. I think at one point.
I'm sorry. What? I'm sorry. I couldn't hear you. You broke up. What happened?
At one point, it was a joke about the wall.
So they joked about. So they joked about you about the wall.
Well, it's only like me and one of my friends, and there was also an Asian friend. And there was also an Asian friend I had who was Japanese, too. Who we just throw jokes back and forth.
Oh, okay. But most of these jokes they're coming from white people going towards you.
I mean, the same. Me and my friends attack each other of the same race, even though it makes no sense since we're the same race, you know? We make jokes about each other.
I hope you guys caught that. He said that me and my friends, we joke about each other in the same race. My man just told me that he's white. And he didn't answer that question. I asked him, are your friends white? Are white people doing this? Well, me and my friends, we joke around, you know, we're in the same race. He just said that he's white. So that goes to tell me that his friends, the one that joke about him and give him, you know, these little racial jokes are white. You know what I'm saying? This is a confession. You know what I'm saying? We got to learn how to nitpick and pick apart these little things. You know what I'm saying? But here we go.
I said, what about what I say? What I said, what I say. What about what I say and what I post up you disagree with?
Okay. For example, like some of your videos seem like over-exaggerating the situation. Some of these videos, yeah, they can be taken out of context, but I don't think all of them are necessarily racism. Okay.
So can you give me an example? The example you gave me over a DM was that white girl talking about. Yeah. Okay, what about that? I'm over exaggerating about.
Well, I would like to say, wait, is there a way so I can play the video again?
I hear that you're on your computer. Maybe you could play the video there.
Let's see. Let me close. Okay. The old video of a suspected white supremacist circulating while she's supporting Trump's white supremacist ideology and believes all legal Latina immigrants don't contribute to anything. Now she's a white. Okay. Let me see the video again.
All right. Go ahead. Do your thing, bro.
Now I'm going to pause right here because I'm going to read you guys what I put on my Instagram. And mind you, this is everything on IG Live. You know what I'm saying? So my apologies for the audio quality. But I posted an old video, old video of this lady called Teresa Pates, right? And the thing is, she's one of these YouTubers or whatever. She be saying shit for shock value or whatever the case is. But she's talking about you know, the immigrants or whatever the case is about, you know, build the wall. And she's wearing a Trump shirt. You know, she's one of these like white blonde hair bimbo type of women. Well, I put down on Instagram, and this is what, you know, this kid is looking up. And I'm going to let you guys listen to the video of what he's talking about so you guys can see where I'm coming from. What I put up was an old video of a suspected white supremacist, Teresa Pates, is circulating around. She's shown supporting Trump's white supremacist ideology and believes all illegal Latin immigrants don't contribute to anything. Now she's white-splaining on how she is just trolling. My Latin people, This is clear white supremacy. Believing that a group of people who came here illegally are rapists and murderers. Listen, illegal immigrant is a code word for all Latin people. If you speak Spanish and you look Latin, her hatred applies to you. That's basically hands down what I said. And I'm going to be interjecting the video right now, but this is basically what I said. And this is what her video says.
Stimulate the economy. The problem is when they enter illegally or drug trafficking, which is the wall. The wall, I suppose, is not to be like, we don't want immigrants. It's to control who does come into our country, because we have so many illegal immigrants in this country right now. I live in California. There are so many taking our jobs, not paying taxes, which are two horrible situations in regards to our horrible economy. So you're taking our jobs, you're not paying taxes, we're paying for you. Same thing goes with the women who come over here to have the baby to give the American benefits. They come over here pregnant, have the baby, they can stay, and now they're reaping the benefits of Americans without having to do the duties that we have to do as Americans. So the wall, per se, is to control that. Same thing with banning the...
Wait. Okay, continue.
Now, what about what I put, me calling her suspected white supremacist, what about what I put was overreaching or mischaracterizing the situation? What about what I put down was non-true?
Okay, I don't think she ever mentioned the part, believes all illegal Latina immigrants don't contribute to anything.
She did say that.
What part?
The part where she says they come in here and don't pay taxes or whatever the case is, and they don't contribute to nothing. That's what she said.
Well, she didn't say it really directly. It can be interpreted in different ways.
Listen, we can interpret the Bible 3 different ways. That doesn't mean anything. The fact is that she is spewing white supremacist ideology. That was my point. And that stuff right there is dangerous.
Okay, so I don't really think it's necessarily white supremacist. You see, I think she just wants like a nation that is safe and everything, that has a good stable economy and everything. And she just thinks that illegal immigrants are coming in to get their paycheck and not like actually wanting to care for the country, like, you know.
No, you're absolutely right on that. And I'm not for or against immigration. I'm not for that. I'm never took that stance. My thing was always that we're talking about illegal immigrants. Let's talk about all illegal immigrants. Let's not just single out Latin people talking about a wall that is not really going to stop the real immigrants coming in here that are Asian and Europeans. Asians and Europeans percentage-wise, they overproduce immigrants that come in here by the boatloads. So if we're talking about the little 2 or 3 million illegal Latin people who are coming in from Mexico, is overshadowed by the 5 million Europeans and the 12 million Asian people who are coming in here. So let's talk about that.
Wait, illegally or legally? Which
illegally.
Are they coming in here?
Illegally.
Okay. Let me. Do you have just statistic to prove that?
Yeah, I did. I actually made a whole video about it.
Okay, can you link it somewhere or something?
Go to my YouTube channel. Go to my YouTube channel.
Okay.
The Radical Latino. Go right there.
Okay.
I made a whole video talking about debunking Trump's wall. In the middle of that video, I show stats, raw numbers, and everything. So while you're looking for that, you're saying that she has nothing to do with white supremacy and I'm overreaching and all this other stuff, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay. So the fact that she is cherry picking the wall, you don't see that as an attack on Latin people?
Not necessarily. I mean, she's attacking only illegal immigrants, not legally.
Okay, but don't you think illegal, that word, illegal or legally, don't you think that word is just a cop-out? Because you
I
really
mean,
don't
not.
know. You really don't know who's illegal or legal just by looking at them.
I mean, not. Yeah, you don't know, but she just wants to.
Exactly. So just because of that, and you hear a mother or a couple of kids speaking Spanish, just because of that, don't you think a person is just gonna end up saying, "Oh, they're a bunch of illegals because they're speaking Spanish"? Don't you think that will happen, and they're gonna get attacked because of that?
Well, it really depends on your background. If you hear a lot of people speaking Spanish in your area, you might think they're legal. But if it really depends on your background.
What does that have to do with anything?
Basically, it depends on how many people you interact that speak Spanish. If you hang out with only people that speak English, you might think you might think differently for people who speak Spanish. You know.
That's not stopping everybody that I'm seeing online being harassed just because they're speaking Spanish. They don't care about that background. They just see you speaking Spanish and they automatically assume you're illegal.
I mean, okay. I mean, you should speak. I think every person in America should speak. Yeah, I can see where you're coming from.
What happened? What you was gonna say? You don't see everybody in America what?
I think everyone in America should speak English. That's my belief. I think everyone should have like a common language in America, and they should just speak English. But I don't think anyone should be attacked if they're speaking Spanish. But
that's what's happening. Regardless of what you think or what you believe that shouldn't happen, that's what's happening. That's what's happening now. I could literally link to you multiple videos of Latin people getting harassed, just like black people getting harassed. But the thing is, we're getting harassed by speaking Spanish. There was a lawyer not too long ago, actually last year, that went and harassed a couple of Latin-speaking women just because they were talking Spanish, and he was going to call ICE and all this other stuff. It was a big thing about that, and they called him a racist. So there's this whole thing. So that whole thing, oh, well, you got to know each other's background. Well, we got to read each other's diary doesn't mean anything. Okay? The fact is, you see where I'm going from, right? Because the fact is, once you start spewing that wall, and then you start labeling the people coming across that wall as drug smugglers, they just now we got to take care of them. What do you think the whole population of those type of people is going to be looked at? You know what I'm saying? So this is a war on Latin people. That's where I'm coming from.
Okay. I see where you're coming from. But how
do you agree?
Not necessarily. Okay, I don't really agree that.
Pero like this guy, yo, this guy. Yeah, you make great points. Do you agree? Nah, fuck that.
I mean, you do make great points. I see where you're coming from. Okay. But is it really attacking every Latin people? Because okay. Let me see if I can phrase this correctly. I'm still thinking. Okay. So she's attacking illegal immigrants and not legal. I can see where you're coming from, but I think people should speak English and try to learn the language, not just speak Spanish in public. Cause
hold on, I got a question for you. You know, Spanish is not a native Latin American language, right?
Yeah, I know. It comes from Spain.
And where is Spain located?
In Europe.
The language I'm speaking right now is English, correct?
Uh-huh.
Where is England located? Hello? Did I lose you?
Oh no, it's Europe. I got cut off, I guess.
Okay, Europe. All right. So we got two European languages, and we're really fighting about who's illegal or legal by just speaking those European languages. You see how that doesn't make any type of sense? It doesn't matter if we speak English or Spanish or we start speaking alien. The whole point is that they see us and they see us as illegal, no matter what it is. They don't know us. It doesn't matter if they do know us. The point is they see us as the enemy. Now they are given the green light to harm us. Why are they giving the green light to harm us? Because of people like Trump and everybody that follow Trump with those same ideologies, and that's what they're doing. So it doesn't really matter if we speak, or we could be mute. The fact is, my man looks Latin, my girl over here looks Latina. I'm going to harm them because guess what? The government shut down. Now I am not getting paid, and they're the reason why. You know what? I feel like they're drug smugglers, and I'm going to be a vigilante. I'm going to take the law onto my own hands. You see how crazy that is?
Okay. Yeah, I can see. Okay. So, okay, I don't think you understand what my point was. My point is, I think every country should have a common language. I think people should speak English in America since it's the most common language I hear, of course. But that doesn't mean that no one can speak Spanish. But I think every American here should know how to speak English so there won't be any problems, any social problems.
The thing is, there shouldn't even be any problems now. Why do you think there should be any problems? Why do you think there's any problems at all right now?
Because we're so culturally divided.
Why? Okay, now let's focus on that. Culturally divided. Why are people so pissed off about cultural division?
Okay, family, let me just pause real quick. This is another white supremacist code word. Cultural division doesn't really mean a goddamn thing. America is supposed to be founded on all cultures being a melting pot, right? So why does it matter if there's cultural division? You know what I mean? That talking point doesn't make any kind of sense. You know what I'm saying? That doesn't make any type of sense. What makes sense is, I don't like your culture because this is a land for white people and you should be erased of your culture. That's called white supremacy. And what we have to learn in these little debates that we have amongst our peers or whatever the case is, always bring it back to white supremacy. White supremacy, always bring it back to white supremacy. White supremacy is always the base. It's always around us and it affects us in 9 areas of activity. Always bring it back to white supremacy. All right, that's about it.
Because if we have nothing in common, then what's the point of having a country? We'd be all divided because we don't have to share common values and beliefs.
Listen, that's white supremacist ideology. No, whatsoever. That's not true. That is not
How?
True. How? I'm gonna tell you why. Because just because you're let's say you're Asian, right?
Okay.
Let's say you're Asian and you got a bunch of dragons in your goddamn house. Obviously, I'm Latino and I got a bunch of sombreros and fucking piñatas in my place. How the fuck is that? How and me and you get along and all this? You go to my barbecues and stuff like that. I eat your live squids. You be eating my chickens and all that other shit. The thing is, we're not having no problem. So what is the division there? What is the division?
Values. There? Not values, not necessarily like other things like food and stuff. That doesn't divide us, but the values.
Okay, so we're going to values. So what is the different values that we are bringing into this country? Because when you're talking about us, you're talking about yourself too. What values are we bringing into this country that other people are not agreeing with?
Okay, so so I identify as like more libertarian conservative. So I think more of American values.
So you're white supremacists. That's what you're saying. Okay, continue.
No, that's different. That's completely different.
That's what it is. Republican, libertarian, then goes white nationalist, and then white supremacist. It's all in the ladder. Continue.
Notice how I call him out on being a closeted white supremacist. Being a libertarian, a Republican, a Democrat, a liberal doesn't mean a goddamn thing. You guys should already know that I'm not in no political division. I'm not in no political party whatsoever. I give everybody that work. But for some reason, more Republicans and libertarians align themselves with white supremacy. A lot more. Not all of them, but a lot more. And the thing is, there's a ladder that go with it. Because you become a Republican, right? And then if you guys see the change, you become a Republican, and then the words change and the ideology change. It becomes more embedded, and then you become a libertarian. And then when you become a libertarian, you start getting more and more and more in depth into that lifestyle. And that's when you become a white nationalist. And then so on and so forth until the end game of white supremacy. That's it. Now you're a white supremacist. You're all out with the shit. You know what I'm saying? You're just all out with the shit. You're just like, fuck it. That's it. Let me just say how I feel. You know what I'm saying? And that's always the progression. That's always the progression. You always see it throughout history and throughout people. That's always the progression. So, here it goes. There's some more. Always call them out.
That's different. That's completely different.
That's what it is. Republican, libertarian, then goes white nationalist, and then white supremacist. It's all in the ladder. Continue.
I mean, it slows goes up. It doesn't mean everyone who has libertarian values is a white supremacist.
That is true. That is true. But everything that
How
you're
is that
telling me,
true?
talking about, no, you're right. Everybody who is a libertarian and who's a Republican is not a white supremacist. You're absolutely right. But why I cut you off about what the white supremacist, because you're giving me these little code words. Oh, it's not this, it's culture. Okay, so what is culture? Tell me, what is the culture that these people are not agreeing with? What culture? What toxic culture are we bringing into this country? Because let's get it real. Your parents are immigrants, right? So what culture, what negative culture did they bring into this country?
I mean, not necessarily them. Not everyone's going to bring their whole values. Some people want to adopt the values of being an American, okay? Individuality, freedom,
Okay.
And usually I think people from Latin countries usually like bigger governments. Most people who were born in America, I guess, I don't know, not sure, 100% sure, I'm just saying this, but I think most people who were born in America, who lived in America and for their whole lives, value the American values in the individualism and freedom and smaller governments.
Okay, got it. Now, again, what culture is being clashed that isn't good for the society that you just mentioned?
Well, there's a lot of people that actually hate America. Like, I'm not saying America is the best country in the world or even like a good country, but there's a lot of anti-Americans out there that are coming here. They were probably their parents, or they were probably coming here legally.
Like who?
What? Huh?
Like who? Who are these anti-Americans that are coming in here?
I mean, it could be anyone. If you pay attention, there's a lot of flag burning. Not saying that should be illegal. I think you should have the right to freedom of speech. But there's a lot of anti-Americans coming here that's dividing the country because they don't like America.
Like who? You're not telling me who, brother. Like who?
Well, I can pull it up. I can pull it out right now. It could be anyone. It could be.
No. Wait. Hold on. Wait. Let's not go this whole pull-up game. My computer's right in front of me.
Again, my people, whenever somebody in the dominant society or who claims to be in the dominant society says something, always challenge them. Always challenge them. Always challenge all these people who are anti-American that come. Okay, who? Tell me the people. Who? Tell me the people. Oh, wait, let me look it up. Wait, no. Don't give them the option for the lookup game. Who? You're saying something that you should already know. Who? It's like somebody telling me, is water wet? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yeah, water is wet. I don't have to look it up to prove it. I could explain it to you. You know what I'm saying? If you're saying something automatically, he said that there's anti-Americans that come into this country. There's anti-American immigrants that come into this country. He should already know this. There's a reason why he said that. When you challenge them, oh shit, fuck. Oh god damn, you know what I'm saying? When you challenge them, they go into stuttering. You know what I mean? You always challenge their bullshit. You know why? Because 99.9% of white supremacists lie. They lie their ass off, and they go based on you not knowing shit. That's what they go based on, you not knowing shit. And trust me, I'm gonna touch on this part again and a little bit further into this little debate. But 99.9% of white supremacists, they go based on you not knowing anything. So they'll just spew some bullshit out of nowhere, some half truths, you know, some half truths, and then expect you to catch the shit, and then they're like, oh, I got him. You know what I'm saying? No, challenge their bullshit. Okay, you said something. Who? Tell me. No. You said something. Who? You know what I'm saying?
Wait. Hold on. Wait. Let's not go this whole pull-up game. My computer's right in front of me, and I'm just giving you facts. I'm not looking nothing up. I don't want you to go to Breitbart.com or the right-wing Stormfront. Don't go to none of the. Who? You are saying something that you supposedly know. Who? Who are coming in here? Who are the people coming in here who's anti-American?
I mean, have you ever seen like people protesting that hate America? Like, I have experienced this. Like, one of my teachers. Okay, I've experienced this.
Okay, like what? What's your experience?
So she basically went this whole rant about how she doesn't like America and stuff like that. I feel like a lot of people are very similar. Like, I know some liberal Hispanic teachers that who parents came here.
Wait. Liberal Hispanic. Hold on. I'm getting the notion that you're lumping me into this category.
I mean, I'm not lumping you in this category. I'm saying some, not all. I'm not including you.
But I have the notion that you're lumping me in. Are you telling me that I am anti-American?
I mean, I never thought that. I wasn't. Are you? I'm not sure about that.
You. What do you think?
I don't think you're fully anti-American, but I don't think you like America that much.
No. Let me just set the record straight. I'm not anti anything. The only thing I'm anti was anti-white supremacy. Okay? This country has been founded on, and this is historically proven, it's on the documents, that this is a land for white men and white men only. Okay? Historically. That's the only thing I'm against. Okay? That's the only thing I'm against. Once we get rid of the white supremacists, that's when America becomes America. Okay? So I'm not anti-American or anything. No communist, none of that bullshit. I'm anti-white supremacy. I always stated that. Always been stated that. Okay, so now you go ahead. Now that you know where I come from, you go ahead.
So, what's your definition of white supremacist? Like, what does it take to be a white supremacist?
I'm going to give you the definition. Not my definition, but the generic definition. Definition of a white supremacist: anybody through speech, thought, and pattern who is classified or is classifying as white, who thinks that they're superior for anybody who is classified or is classifying as non-white. That's been the working definition all along. Through speech, thought, and pattern, that they have the power to affect their lives collectively.
Okay. Now, I'm not sure. Okay. So you're against that definition of white supremacy, but I don't think everyone in your posts were technically white supremacists. Okay, let me see this.
That's why I said suspected white supremacists. I don't know if that woman. Sorry about that. I don't know if that woman is a white supremacist. I don't know if she's trolling. So that's why I put suspected. Why did I put suspected? Is because I'm a victim of white supremacy. And I have the right to suspect certain people for my own protection.
Okay. So can you tell me the stories of your beliefs, being suspected of I mean, okay, let's see.
Being a victim of white supremacy.
Yes.
Not a problem. I remember when I used to be an Uber driver. I went into this lily white neighborhood, and I actually recorded this. Some of my friends could vouch for it. I don't even know what the video is now, but this is years ago. This is when Uber started. In New York City, I went to one of these like lily white neighborhoods in White Plains, up in Westchester County, and I was waiting for a lady to come out. Another lady looked at me and said, "What are you doing in my neighborhood?" And I was like, "I'm an Uber driver." And she's like, "I don't believe you. What are you doing in my neighborhood?" "I'm an Uber driver." And then she goes, "Oh, you know this. You can't park in this neighborhood." and there's a bunch of cars parked around me, and she's like,
Okay.
leave or I'm going to call the cops. She wouldn't have done that if I'm white. Even if I identify as I'm white, she knows, white people know who's white or not. She wouldn't have never done that. You know what I'm saying? So boom, there you go. That's one.
Okay, I see your perspective, but I don't think. Okay. I think every race has been attacked either way. Either way, I've seen racism.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't say that every race has been attacked. Black people are the majority of the black people is the only race that's been majorly attacked. Latin people are the only second one right after that. So don't tell me every race has been attacked because...
Now, guys, I'm going to pause right here. I'm going to show you another tactic where they say every race have experienced racism. This is a tactic used to actually basically say there's no reason for you to whine about white supremacy and the systematic forms of white supremacy because every other race have experienced it. And look, they pull themselves out from their bootstraps. Why can't you guys? You know what I'm saying? So this is a very, very clever tactic, and don't let them get away with that. Challenge them. Say, no, that's not true. Because all the majority of these people haven't experienced everything. And Latin people, Latin people haven't experienced the greater, systemic white supremacy as black people have. Black people are the number one. You know what I'm saying? Black people are the number one. Latin people, we're just one bracket below that. We have experienced it. Of course we have, but not to the extent of black people. You know what I'm saying? But make that perfectly clear. No other race have experienced the same ills as black people.
Latin people are the only second one right after that. So don't tell me every race has been attacked because if we really want to go there, Asians haven't experienced what the black experience is. Whites has never experienced what white people have experienced. And if you do want to go to that whole slavery thing, white people weren't slaves the way black people were slaves. So don't say that every other race have experienced racism. That's not true. Because there was no law against any other race that they can't read, that they can't write, they can't go into the buses besides the back, they can't drink water at a certain place, you can't go to school. There's never been law. So let's stop that right now.
Hello?
Yeah.
Okay. So what I was gonna say, what was
the last thing you heard? What was the last thing you heard I said?
Okay. It's like, let me see. The part where you were saying about slavery and stuff.
All right, like I said, slavery. White people haven't experienced slavery because if we really want to talk about every other race experiencing racism, every other race haven't experienced the miseducation, that laws in the book saying that you can't go to school, you can't drink from this water fountain, you can't go to the bus besides the back, you can't drive in this cab, you gotta wait for other cabs to come in, you can't go to this area, you can't go to that area. There's never been laws in this country for any other race besides black people. Again, Latin people are the second one right after that. Okay? Second one's right after that. Historically proven, whenever they did see black people and they hung them, if they didn't find no black people to hang, guess who was the second people that they would look for to hang? Latin people. So don't tell me this whole every other race experienced racism. That's a false equivalency. Don't do that.
I mean, okay, what I was gonna say was, do you believe every race experienced some slavery in the entire human?
No. Don't
existence.
Again, don't do that. Point to me in history outside of America outside America and Latin America when people actually experienced slavery. Point to any time in history.
I mean, I learned that in school recently, so I'm gonna pull it up. I know it's a fact.
Okay, go ahead.
Race.
Again, outside of Latin America and America, where did they experience slavery to the point where?
Every civilization at one point had slavery.
Well, of course, I'm not saying that, but the way I'm not saying that, but the way you coming at it, saying that what race didn't experience racism because you're trying to prove is why are black people feeling some type of way. That's what the angle you're trying to go at, and I'm not going to let you do that because that's not true. Because Asians, when they enslaved other Asian people. When whites started enslaving people, they enslaved other white people.
True.
You're in school, bro. You know this.
Yes. Okay. But
Exactly.
I wasn't saying like
exactly. Don't try to hit me with that angle, baby. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't try to hit me with that angle.
okay, but did you know the first slave owner was black and he owned black slaves? Okay.
Oh, here we
Anyways,
go.
let me continue
Wait.
Okay.
Hold on.
You heard this fool? He said the first slave owner in America was black. I end up debunking his bullshit later on. You know what I'm saying? Because I was confused with the name. Like I said, I have so much stuff going on in my head that I already got, in the barrel that just slipped on me, and that was my fault. But later on, I end up correcting him and basically, calling out his lie. But this is another tactic where they give you a half truth, and they say it so quickly that it throws you a curveball. And this is the thing: you gotta know history. And that was my fault because he threw me a curveball. You know what I'm saying? I should have been more on top of my game because I was prepared to say something else. He threw me a curveball. You know what I'm saying? But this is one of the tactics. They give you a half truth. Yes, a black man did own slaves. This is where the lie comes in. The first slave owner in America. You know what I'm saying? He throws that curveball, and he said it quick. He said it quick, and he was the first black. You know what I'm saying? He says it's quick, but later on in the debate, I end up proving him wrong. I'm like, no, that doesn't make sense because look at the year. You know what I'm saying? But this is one of the other tactics they use.
Okay, but did you know the first slave owner was black and he owned black slaves? Okay.
Oh, here we
Anyways,
go.
let me continue
Wait.
Okay.
Hold on. Let me guess. He was like somewhere in like Louisiana or Brooklyn or something like that.
I have no idea, but I remember hearing that. Okay.
That's bullshit.
Okay.
I'm
that?
I'm telling you that right now. That's bullshit.
Okay, Okay. You can say that's bullshit, but it's not really.
I'm telling you that right now. That's bullshit. And if you're gonna pull up the richest African who was I forgot his name. If you're gonna put that guy up, then those are
no, not that guy. No, I'm talking about in America.
In America, yeah, I believe either it was in Brooklyn or Louisiana, and I know who you're talking about. He wasn't the first slave owner.
Okay, who was the first slave owner in America? America's first slave owner was a black man, according to colonial records. The first slave owner in the United States was a black man. Prior to 1655, there was no legal slaves in the colonies, only indentured slaves. All masters were required to free the servants after the time was up.
What was his name?
Okay. Anthony Johnson was a black, I can't say that, who achieved freedom in his early 17th century colony of Virginia after serving his term in indenture. He became a property owner that owned slaves and was one of the first people in Virginia to have his rights to own a slave legally recognized.
Okay, so you pointing that out, what does that mean?
I'm just saying every race. I'm just saying, okay. I'm just saying every race did slavery. Okay, let's continue what I was going to say. Okay, I'm not sure if this was true, but I feel like at one point there was white people were slaves to different minorities that are currently minorities at this time. Let me look it up. I need to verify this because I'm not 100% sure.
No, you're right. They were Irish and Italian slaves.
Okay. So I was right. Okay. Now, where were you going from this?
I wanted you to prove your point on what you were talking about, Anthony Johnson. What about him being the first slave owner? What does that have to do with what you were saying?
I mean, I just wanted to mention that, but okay. Now, I want to go back to my point where every race has experienced racism at one point. Not like institutionalized. I mean, I'm not institutionalized, but every race has people I know have been. Okay, I know Hispanics that attack black people. I know black people who attack Hispanics. I know Hispanics that attack white people. I knew black people who attack white people, and it goes back and forth, back and forth. So I feel like you attribute racism to mostly and only whites. That's what I'm trying to say. I feel like that's not entirely true.
Okay, can you point to black racism that is comparative to white racism?
Comparative? Okay. Let me see.
To white racism. Don't listen. Stop looking shit up. You should know these things. Stop looking things up.
And again, my people, that's another tactic. Whenever you got them against the wall, they don't know what to say, because I asked him a valid question. He kept on saying, okay. You know what I'm saying? That's a way to think of something. And my man was in his computer, like, Googling heavy. You know what I'm saying? And mind you, everything that he brought up, you could easily debunk. It's not that hard. But that's another tactic. Ask him, okay, what is comparative? What is black racism comparative to white racism? Let me know. You know, it's a valid question, because I can't answer. There's no such thing.
So institutionalized, or just like
Racism
people having
racism.
conversation?
Racism is racism, bro. Go ahead.
Well, I don't think institutionalized, but I'm talking like people who have racist conversations with each other that think all white people are like this, white people are like that, black people are like this, black people are like that. Not jokingly, but like for real. I think that happens every day. I know people who've done that. My teacher has talked about white people in a negative way. They attribute every white person to racism. Not you. I'm not sure about you, but I feel like there's a lot of people who think negatively about whites, even though I don't think there's...
Bro, you are dancing like Chris Brown, bro. Jesus Christ. Listen, I said this very clearly. Give me examples of racism that is comparative to white racism. It's not that hard of a question.
I mean, I don't really have examples on top of my head.
Okay, so let's make this a lot easier. Give me 5 ways white people can be racist that will collectively affect you and everybody around you.
Wait, repeat the question one more time.
Give me 5 ways white people can be racist that will not only affect you, but affect your community around you. 5 reasons.
5 reasons they can affect us in a negative way?
Ways. I'm sorry. 5 ways. 5 ways that they can do so.
I mean, okay.
I'll
5
help you
ways
out.
they can, like... Okay.
They can be racist towards you. Give me 5 ways that they could be racist towards you, and not only you, but will also affect your whole community.
I can't really think of them on top of my head. I mean, you can say
help
racial
you out.
slurs. You can...
Brother, I'll help you out. Let's say homes, right? That's one. Can we agree on that? Homes. Now explain to me, since you agree, explain to me how they could be racist against homes.
I mean, they might... Okay, so what I heard about in the past is that they judge you by the skin color, about if they should give you a loan so you could own a house and pay off the mortgage.
But yeah, you're right. But now it's a lot more covert. They will give you bullshit saying, "Oh, your credit score isn't that high. You don't make that much," and all this other stuff. So we both... I mean,
that could be true. That could be true if your credit score is low.
That is not true. You know why? Because there's a lot of white people whose credit score is like 400 and they still get homes. That is not true.
But do everyone gets homes? Do everyone gets home? Do every white person get a home?
Jesus Christ. Dude, are you a background dancer? Because you are dancing your ass off right now. Jesus Christ. We are agreeing to one thing. Homes, correct?
Okay.
Another one. Jobs, correct?
Okay.
Don't tell me okay. Is that a way that they could actually adversely affect you?
Yes, they could. They might not hire you based on your race.
We both. Okay, jobs. We got work. We got homes and jobs. All right. Now, with that being said, another one, entertainment.
Okay.
How can they affect you? Entertainment. They're always showing negative images of you.
Okay, they can show stereotypical things about you, but doesn't mean,
They're
Okay,
always showing
doesn't
negative
mean
images of you. Always showing negative images of you. Number 4, these are ways white people can be racist. I'm telling you. Number 4, they have the ability to tell you where you can go and where you cannot go.
wait, how exactly?
Have you not seen the internet for the past year? White women are calling the cops on black people literally left and right. But if you don't want to use that example, that's totally fine. We could do something else. Businesses. We don't give you a loan to get a business. We could do it like that. We could hit you with that angle. So that's number 4. We could hit you with that one. Businesses. Okay, cool. That's totally fine. And number 5, because I'm giving you these. Can you at least name number 5?
Okay, which ones did you mention first? You mentioned homes, entertainment, jobs, business loans, and
You can save money. Now, these are
yeah,
5 ways. These are 5 ways that white people can be racist towards you and your community, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Name me 5 ways black people can be racist against people that will affect them and their community.
I got cut off right there. Mind you, again, this is from IG, so it got cut off. I meant to say, give me the same 5 ways that black people could be racist against white people. You know what I'm saying? It just got cut off right there, so I just want to give you guys some context.
I mean, I'm pretty sure. Okay. Well, I keep on saying okay, but it really depends on the people who are on top. I've seen people that are racist, black racist. Okay, I've seen them before. It really depends.
Listen. Just because a black person is calling you something, name calling you, that does not mean they're racist.
So you're saying only white people can be racist?
Pretty much, yeah. That's exactly what I'm saying. Because they have the power. Because they have the power.
How can white people be?
Because they have the power to affect you and your livelihood. That's why.
That's not really what racism is.
Of course it
racism.
Is. What's that? Listen, you can look up everything. White supremacists are giving you definitions of left and right.
So you don't think reverse racism?
There's no. Give me some examples of reverse racism. Have black people ever said white people are not allowed in the store? Have black people ever said only black people could live here, no white people could live here? Have black people ever said I'm only giving out money and loans out to only black people? Please give me examples of those such things of reverse racism, because if you can't, then there's no such thing as reverse racism.
That's not what racism is. It literally, it doesn't mean it has to be institutionalized. It says prejudice, discrimination, or antagonism directly against someone of a different race based on the belief. And it doesn't say anything about institutionalized.
My man, we have to use common sense, okay? This is common sense right now. We're both using common sense. Racism, the ism at the end of racism means it's part of a system, a part of a larger system, bigger than me and you. Just because a black person's on the corner saying, I do not like Latin people, I do not like white people, and all this other stuff, are not going to affect their lives whatsoever. A white person could walk into a bank, put his suit on. You walk right after him and say, listen, I want a loan. My man will tell you, hell no. And you're not the only person he said that to. He said that to you, your Aunt Lupe, your sister Guadalupe, and all them other people. You know what I'm saying? He said that to all these other people and say no. Now you're asked out because not only one bank told you no, 5 and 6 different banks told you no. Now you asked out. Where can you go? That's how they're affecting you. Black people are not affecting. There's no such thing as reverse racism. By the way, I just looked up that first black slave owner guy, and for what I found was that these people were indentured servants. They weren't really slave owners, but you got to really check your sources.
There were slave owners. Let me look it up.
Yeah,
let me go back to it. There were slave owners.
Listen, this is what I found. I don't know, but this is what I found.
It said he owned slaves. He owned slaves.
Indentured servants. That's what I found.
He was held as an indentured servant. He was the one that was in an indentured servant. He wasn't. He didn't
So
own indentured servants.
where was he an indentured servant at? Can you look that up?
Okay, it's all I can see right now is in 1621. He earned his freedom. So let me see. He was born in Portuguese and Angola, and he died in colony of Virginia, United States. So somewhere around there. You see, there's a timeline. He acquired 250 acres of land under. Okay, but what you're saying is a black person can't be racist to a white person just because he doesn't have the political power to be racist toward that person.
Hey, do me a favor. Can you find out when that black guy was the first slave owner again? What year?
Okay. On July 24th, 1651, he acquired 250 acres.
All right,
of land
right?
under his.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I just looked up when the slavery started in America, my man. Can you see that? This is what I looked up. Slavery started in 1619.
15 or 16?
1619.
No, like the 1619. Okay.
That's when it started in America. The slave trade started in the 15th century. So my man, there were slave owners long before black.
But he was the first slave owner in America.
I'm sorry.
That's what I'm saying.
Listen, excuse me. 1619, America. That's when it started. There were slave owners.
Wait, let me check. Wait. Someone's check.
1619. That's when slavery started, and my man over here became a slave owner in 1657, and he's supposedly the first one. Fuck out of here. That doesn't make any type of sense.
Okay, correction. He was one of the first people in Virginia to have his rights to own a slave. Not the first one.
See, this is what we gotta see. Okay, this is the whole point of fact checking. So next time we start making accusations, don't say the first slave owner was a black guy and all this other stuff. And I literally, in the middle of conversation, I got to go prove you wrong and shit.
You see what I'm talking about, people? You see what I'm talking about? These people lie. They lie. My man was first saying that he was the first slave owner in America. Like, that really, even if he was, that doesn't prove anything. That does not prove a goddamn thing. You know what I'm saying? But this is the thing. You have to call them out on their bullshit. You have to call them out on their bullshit.
Listen, my whole point is that black people don't have the political power, like you said, or the social power to actually be racist because they're not affecting you whatsoever. You going from being a Republican, actually a brown, you're a brown kid, dude. You're not Anglo.
And?
What I'm
and? Who said I couldn't be Republican?
I'm going to listen. That whole Republican, that's a code word. Don't do that. The whole thing.
I mean, it's a political party, not a code word. It's a political party.
You are. Woo-hoo-hoo. Boy, you are all over the place. Listen, check this out, bro. The fact of the matter is, you're brown, right?
I guess you could say that, but
it's not I guess. It's something that you see. You're brown. Thank you. Okay, you're brown. The thing is, that party, I'm telling you right now, you're in a very dangerous situation because you're not even.
Does it matter to you I'm brown? Does it matter to you?
It actually does.
So you think race matters? You think race matters?
No. I'm gonna tell you why. And I'm coming out of love, and this is the reason why I say it does matter to me. Because I'm for Latin unity, okay? People like you who think like you, and when I say that, let me clarify. People like you who think that they're white, that they're not even Republicans. They're, what you said, you were libertarian?
Libertarian, conservative, mix of both.
Libertarian, conservative, those things are very dangerous. Because in one final step, you will go from being a libertarian to being a white nationalist. And I'm telling you this right now, and you're young. I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt because you don't know any better. You're young. I'm telling you right now, that's a very dangerous game that you're playing, because from that moment on, you're going to go into being white nationalists. They're not going to accept you. Even if they become buddies and crack racist jokes in front of you about you, they are not going to accept you. Because in the end of the day, if something,
who's the libertarians and conservatives are racist?
If end of the day, something crazy happens, something pops off, they're not going to be shooting with you. They're going to be shooting at you. I'm telling you this right now, bro. You better wise up and wise up quick. You're only 15, and I get it. But I don't want these little baby coons coming out. You feel me?
All right, guys. So that's the end of the debate. His Instagram ended up getting deleted. It was _that_internet_guy. It ended up getting deleted, or whatever the case is. That's the reason why it got cut off towards the end. I think somebody flagged it because, you know, racism, but the reason why I know it got deleted is because me and him were corresponding back and forth, and that's how I found out. But I hope you guys enjoyed that little debate that I had with the closeted Latin white nationalist. I hope you guys caught a bunch of game, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. Now, to follow me, remember guys, follow me on Instagram and Twitter at the same name, radical_Latino_, and I'm gonna catch you guys later. Peace.